USA from Toronto. For this one from north of the border, I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, the motto in Canada is We the North. There's only one direction the Raptors are going right now, and that is up.
Ed, I heard it all. Hustle over hype. Built for Buck. North over everything. It doesn't matter what the battle cry is. This team is ready.
There's a great thing going on right now here in Ontario, and a great game to start right now. Opening tip taken in by the Raptors, and we're underway in Toronto. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Jackson with it. Down 2. And he converts on the free throw. Jackson, his first effort, off the mark. For the Raptors right now, it's twofold. Not just winning with Kawhi, but trying to keep Kawhi.
I think Toronto has to look at this as a 1-year lease. You have to get as much out of Kawhi as you can. The goal is to win a championship, and the goal is to win one now.
Reggie Jackson rocks the rim.
It's a new day in sports when you see little guards dunk the ball like they're big. That's called a 40-inch vertical.
Doesn't have the touch. No good.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter.
Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Griffin can't connect. It's no good. Good. Off a spin.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Gets a look. Can't hit. Leonard to Danny Green. Shot by Ibaka. Won't go down.
Ed, the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before. So offensively, as a shooter, you either have to be able to create more space off the dribble for your shot or have a much faster release. Ideally, you have both in your arsenal.
Andre Drummond swats in. That's off of Leonard, out of bounds. The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Pistons have it. Jackson. To Drummond. And it's Leonard there to clear the rebound. To Danny Green. Pass stolen by Detroit. Kennard. The rebound comes down to Toronto. To Leonard. Kawhi Leonard. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Jackson. It's no good. Shot's not going down. The follow won't go either. To Luke Kennard. Right down the lane, but the shot won't go.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
To Reggie Jackson. Defense making the ball handler work. Serge Ibaka with the block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The results, he's going to the line.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
Serge Ibaka, couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 76% from the line. First one, count it. Able to convert on both free throws. To Stanley Johnson. Smith. Rebounds taken down by Leonard. Kawhi Leonard. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
So you're just going to let him go coast to coast like that?
It's Detroit's ball. Ish Smith goes to the left side. Sizing up the defense. To Stanley Johnson. Kennard. Smith shot, no good. Can't connect from in close. He'll put it up at the buzzer. That's it for the first quarter. The Raptors have the lead. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter.
Tonight, everyone gets free pizza.
And Jay, they call the foul.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Nice pass to set things up. And scores.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
The possession in favor of Detroit. To Smith. Trying to cash in. The screen sets him up for two.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Fred VanVleet to Leonard. Kawhi Leonard. He's now 4 for 6.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
The rebounds corralled by the Raptors. To Danny Green for 3.
Number 7. That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Danny Green is going to get a chance at 3 here. A career 81% free throw shooter. And hits the first free throw. And he hits the second. Takes advantage of the foul. 3 for 3 at the line. Pistons ball here. Jackson to Smith. probing the defense. Shot no good there for Griffin.
And this happens all the time in this league. Sometimes offensively, you're tired. It's one of those type of nights. You combine that with the fact that the defense is hungry and active and contesting everything, that's why shots aren't dropping.
Fires the three. Van Vliet denied. Have to like the defense. Jackson with it. Trailing by 10. Here comes the screen. Greg Monroe able to recover with the block. Has a chance. Wide open look. Won't go.
You see, Ed, this is where coaches get fired. It's great to have good offensive sets, but if you can't execute, then the play was a failure.
Jackson with it. Down a dozen. Curling inside. Reggie Jackson. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Leonard. Shot clock winding down. Beyond the arc for 3. That out of his range and no good. Jackson with it. They find themselves down 10. Here comes the screen. Griffin. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
And the defender's got to take note. Otherwise, that shot's going up all game long.
A drive to the basket, but it somehow stays out.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Monroe. Not a good shot there as he misses it. And a putback slam.
And I'm telling you right now, there's always going to be a home for a player in this league for a guy who does the cleanup work around the rim like that.
Jackson to Luke Kennard. Into traffic, but no good. Pascal Siakam. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Jackson with it. Counting down toward a minute to go in this first half. From the painted area, won't go down.
What happened is he didn't balance himself off the defender. He didn't initiate contact. He allowed the contact to initiate him. We could break that down later in the broadcast, but that's why he missed that easy chipping.
A drive through the paint, but his shot misses. Right now, the Pistons have the basketball. Surveys the floor. From the outside, no good.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Crazy shot that time. No good. Nice pass to get things going.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
To the basket goes Jackson, but his shot won't fall. First half in the books. It's been all Raptors.
Thanks, Ed. Let's get right into the action here. The Raptors dominated this matchup from the opening tip, and these guys have every reason to feel good about how they scored effectively in that opening half. Great offensive display. These are the guys getting buckets for the Toronto Raptors. The Pistons did a lot of things wrong in that opening half. There isn't enough time to get into all of their problems, but I'll tell you this, they need to try to get better. These are the guys getting buckets for the Detroit Pistons.
Game track. Field goals.
The Detroit Pistons definitely wouldn't mind having their opponent's field goal percentage. Unlike them, it's been 4 shots and poor effort. It was not a great half. Most of their bricks were laid in the opening quarter.
Player of the half.
Kawhi Leonard was lighting up the scoreboard in the first half, and I'm not sure the defense will be able to figure out what it'll take to slow him down. He looks like he's in a zone.
Who was cold?
Reggie Jackson was unable to find his shot through the first 2 quarters. News flash, you're not on fire. Pass the ball. Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
Number 2. Number 1.
Fellas, back to you.
First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Pistons have it. Reggie Jackson, now 3 for 9.
All right, you got the first bucket of the second half. Now get a stop, because honestly, that's where your troubles were in the first.
Count the basket at the rim.
Underutilized, underutilized, underutilized. Am I getting my point across? Let's see more of that.
He gets it.
I wasn't quite expecting him to get there, but I can be wrong. Sometimes, not a lot, but maybe sometimes.
Across the timeline, it's Lowry. His guys lead here early stages, 3rd quarter. To the rim, lays it up and in.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Nice finish at the rim.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Well done, Kyle Lowry. Looking good, 4 for 5.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him. Lowry into the front court. His guys leading by 14. Short jumper misses. Ish Smith knocked loose. The drive right to the basket. In a flash, scores at the rim.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
is Smith to Jackson. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
It's a new day in sports when you see little guards dunk the ball like they're big. That's called a 40-inch vertical.
To Lowry. Here's a chance from long range. Message received. Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Jackson to Drummond. Jackson buries it on the catch and shoot.
Great shot by the offense, but the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
Shot from the lane won't go.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Now the Raptors going to use a timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter.
You can get your game program from a team representative at any one of our main entrances around the arena.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Well done, Kyle Lowry. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable, and almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
Johnson, great look and vision. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Ball's controlled by Lowry. Driving right to the basket. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball 101. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Doesn't even see the defender. Buries the shot.
The savvy players, they create contact. They throw their arms in it. They even throw their bodies into it. And as soon as you become hesitant defensively, they got you right where they want you.
Ibaka. That's how you defend.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
To Danny Green. Lays it up and in.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
It's Detroit's ball. Here comes the screen. To the basket goes Jackson, but a shot won't fall.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player a short arm shot.
Serge Ibaka, consistent effort. He's at 50%.
Used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Reggie Jackson at the line for 2 shots. He's perfect from the line so far. And he connects on the first free throw.
For Detroit, number 5, Luke Kennard.
Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Jump jumper's good. They'll let one fly from half court. 3 quarters down. The Raptors enjoying a sizable lead. Raptors ball as we get going here in the 4th. They have clearly been the better side so far. Jay, that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Well, the cardinal rule in the game of sport is whenever you go into the 4th quarter, it's 0-0. You have to play the game with the scoreboard saying 0-0. And if you can win that game by double digits, then you've done your job in the 4th.
The possession in favor of Detroit is Smith. To Griffin is Smith. Has a look. Cleared by Ibaka. Here's Leonard for 2. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
To Van Vliet. Keep on trying. Shot's no good there.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Smith. That's rebounded by Toronto. To Valanciunas. Leonard. To Lowry. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim. Short. Is Smith. To Griffin. Oh, nice find for the basket.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
And too much contact.
Just a tic-tac foul.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Jackson. Stanley Johnson, strong finish. Good luck keeping up with that.
Did you see that jump? It was as quick as a pogo stick.
A bad pass as the Pistons come away with it.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Griffin to Drummond. Jackson. That's what you come to expect. Your best players making baskets.
Oh, don't see the read. Be the read.
Lowry sacrificing everything for the loose ball. Wide open look won't go. To Monroe. The big guy, Greg Monroe. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Pistons ball here. Trying to cash in. To Lowry. From long range. Textbook defense.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Reggie Jackson, not that time.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Leonard, well defended.
Oftentimes, one of the ways to negate one of the best shooters in the game is to make him work off the ball. By making him work, you're taking his legs away from that shot.
Jackson with it. The deficit now up to 13. the three. Not that time. He missed it.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Jackson with it. Down a bundle. Knocked loose. Ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. Probing the defense. Lowry. No good. That's great defense. Missed it. How'd that not go down? The follow won't go either. Nice pass to set things up. Lowry can't connect. Jackson with it. His guys down big to Drummond. That pass taken away by Toronto. Serge Ibaka. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Leonard. He engulfed him that time. Long heave from three-quarters court. Hits the late three at the buzzer, but it's not going to be enough. This game is all over. It's the Raptors with the victory as they win this one handily. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Raptors put together a nice win here today. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all the difference. There's something to be said for a team that can win as a group, and that's what happened here today. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Toronto Raptors. The Pistons didn't lose big, but it wasn't exactly close either. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Detroit Pistons.
Game track. Field goals.
The Toronto Raptors were allowed a few missteps because of how much better they shot the ball when compared to the opposition. They were rewarded for their accuracy for sure.
Player of the game.
Kawhi Leonard put up the kind of points that made him an easy choice for this award. He couldn't be stopped. And when he realized he was in the zone, he just took it to another level. Time now for the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.